Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Daniel's Sports Ledger, sports betting tips and picks for sports bettors. Quick little show here today. No Manny today, so shout out to Manny, but we'll get him back on here soon. Just a couple quick things. Let's talk about. Let's discuss. I do have some changes coming here to the website. I'm gonna lower some prices, do a few things, so check for that. DanielSportsLedger.store. If you guys want merchandise or picks or anything like that. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, all those things. But first of all, let's talk. I wish Manny was here because Manny just loves this Caitlin Clark girl. He's just totally infatuated with her. He wanted her to win the championship. I don't I don't care at all about Caitlin Clark. I think I mean it's whatever. I mean, she's not that special in my opinion. But I would say, I saw this the other day and 100% agree. 100%. Ice Cube offered her 5 million to do the the big three or whatever, and then one of the other teams upped it to 10 million or whatever. Man, you are never gonna be at the height you are right now, Caitlin Clark. Take that money. Take all the money and all the endorsements that you can get at this very moment. It was so funny too because after she lost the championship, she had this look on her face like, "Oh man, I gotta take that money now." But she needs to. She needs. I mean, and it's a good opportunity, and I think it's good. If women want to more empowerment in sports or whatever, I mean, she gets to go play with the dudes. So in the 3-on-3 or whatever. So you know, I I think all around that would be cool. I would actually, you know, I would be more interested in watching her in that than I was in watching her in the women's basketball championship, which I didn't watch. Um, because it would be interesting to see, okay, they keep talking about how these high level women can play against the dudes. Well, let's see it happen. That's what I want to see. Um, you know, my thing about women's sports is I don't really care about when if the women can't do all the things the men can do, it's not interesting to me. And I know there's been some women that have dunked a basketball, but it's kind of like watching a 15-year-old dunk for the first time. Oh, that's neat, but it's not as cool as when he turns 18 and he can do a 360 dunk. Totally different. Um, it's the same thing. I wouldn't want to watch dudes in gymnastics. I wouldn't want to, they can't do all the things women can do in gymnastics. I wouldn't want to watch, there's just, women in soccer is great. They can do all the things guys can do in soccer. Cool. Awesome. I like watching women's soccer. I like watching things, women's softball. They can hit home runs too. It's a little shorter, but they're still hitting home runs. That's cool. But women, they can't do these crazy dunks and alley oops and things like that. It's what am I watching it for? Like you can't do all the things that make the sport enjoyable, so the sport's not enjoyable. That's the way I look at it. So I don't really get into women's basketball personally. Um, you know, that's just my feeling on women's basketball. It's never been enjoyable to me. N- never really care about it. Um, I'm gonna give out some free picks though, so stay on real quick. I'm gonna give out free picks. If you guys have any comments on anything, go ahead throw it out there. Um, so the next thing is Diggs. Diggs got traded from Buffalo. You guys know I'm a Bills fan, so I got to give a little take on that. Um, Diggs clearly was the number one wide receiver in Buffalo, but he's not the number one receiver in Houston. If Dale comes back and he's 100% healthy, Dale's the number one receiver, not Stefon Diggs. We're gonna see that happen too. Um, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a loss. In some ways, it's addition by subtraction in a way. A lot of times I find that this happens a lot of times with quarterbacks is that they have to force feed that number one guy. And a lot of times when that number one guy leaves and they don't have to force feed him anymore, they actually do better because they're spreading the ball out more. They're looking for the open man instead of trying to force feed. You get down to the end of games, where we need a first down and you're trying to force feed, Diggs instead of like, you know, one of the other guys, being wide open. And so you find a lot of times that a number one receiver sometimes can be a detrimental. Um, I don't think Diggs was that way a couple years ago, but he's been that way lately, in my opinion. He's kind of hurt the team in a sense, in my opinion. I don't think that. I just think that there had to be too much attention on him, and I think Allen's gonna have a better statistics this year. I saw something saying, unpopular opinion that the Bills will have a better offense this year, and I agree with that unpopular opinion. I think the Bills will have a better offense this year than last year. We also picked up a stud on the offensive line, Lyle Collins, who played for the Bengals and Cowboys. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm looking for a good season out of the Bills. We'll see what happens defensively because that's where they really lost a lot of guys. But I don't want to talk just too much about the Bills. We are going to be talking about the NFL draft here pretty soon. We're going to do some mock drafts. It's going to be a fun time. Um, and if you followed me before, you know my mock drafts are pretty damn good. So you're definitely going to want to watch those. Um, so yeah, just real quick, I'm going to go over the picks here in a second, and then we'll wrap this up. But uh, I'm gonna do some website changes. I'm gonna do some specials. I'm gonna actually maybe even start like a calendar where certain days I'll have big specials on picks or pop picks or this or that. So look out for that. I'm gonna do like a whole rehaul on my website and everything and come out with some really good deals to help everybody, who can't quite afford me, you know, make some money and have some fun doing it as we do. And yeah, so I mean, here's a few picks that I'm digging on today. First of all, let's go with the national championship game. I like Purdue plus the points. It was 6.5. Today it went up to 7.5 for a moment. Went back down to 6.5. So whatever you can get on Purdue, 7.5 would be even better. But um, man, that big guy, I just don't know. That big guy is so talented. Edie, he's so talented. He's got feet like Stoudemire. I don't know who's gonna be able to really stop that guy, but he's gonna have to have a monster game to keep it close. So we'll see what happens. This could be a blowout by Connecticut, but I think it's gonna be close. I think Edie's gonna keep it close, and Purdue may even win. We'll see what happens, but I like to take Purdue in the points in this game. Some other games I'm really liking today. I like in the NHL and hockey, I like the Maple Leafs -1.5 against my Penguins. I'm a big Penguins fan, but I like the Maple Leafs -1.5 against the Penguins today. I like my Braves -1.5 against the Mets today. It's in Atlanta. Um, and then I like the Padres at home -1.5 against the Cubs. So that's a few games that I like today. If you guys have any games that you like, put it in the comments. Share it with other people. Let us know what you're digging on today. Those are some of the games I'm digging on. Um, yeah, guys, I'm excited. We're still working on getting this thing ramped back up to more of a daily podcast, but we'll get there. But yeah, danielsportsledger.store. Check it out. This week there's going to be some major changes. There's going to be some great deals. So check that out. That pretty much wraps it up. I don't want to take too much of you guys' time today. So, as always, guys, let's make some money. Let's have some fun doing it.